Welcome back. Archaeologists digging in the ancient city unearthed more than they intended to in a weekend blockbuster. Matt Perrone has more on whether the movie has enough staying power to wake the dead.
Welcome to another Monday. Well, domestically, Wonder Woman held the top spot at theaters, but the international box office is a different story altogether. The first film in Universal's Dark Universe had the highest opening internationally for a Tom Cruise movie ever. So is this new extended universe of monsters a scream, or did North American viewers do the right thing by staying away? Here's my take on the newest version of The Mummy. Our film begins in ancient Egypt. We get an expositional background of Princess Amenet, played by Sofia Boutella. She is set to be the next pharaoh and rule Egypt as a god king. That is, until her father, the pharaoh, has another offspring. In her desire for power, Amenet makes a dark world pact and murders her family. Before she can complete her ritual, though, she is captured and mummified alive. Cut to present day. Nick Morton and Chris Vail, played by Tom Cruise and Jake Johnson respectively, are decorated soldiers who now plunder the Middle East for lost treasures. Upon searching for one, they come upon a group of insurgents, and after fighting for their lives, an ancient tomb is discovered in the process. The army and an expert are sent in to investigate, and after some exploration, they realize that the tomb is more of a prison, and despite warnings, Nick frees the sarcophagus contained within. Taking their new passenger back to London, strange things begin occurring, and suddenly everyone finds themselves in the midst of a plane crash. Managing to save Jenny, the expert that was brought in, Nick then goes down as a victim of the crash. But suddenly he awakens in the morgue and has a feeling that his troubles are just beginning. Nick is having visions of the released and resurrected mummy, while at the same time Amenet has indeed returned and is gaining power as she searches for Nick, who she has marked as her new partner. As the movie progresses, Nick finds himself coming closer and closer to Amenet's grasp until she is captured and his situation is explained to him by an expert in monsters, a doctor whose name you may recognize, played by Russell Crowe. Of course, although captured, Amenet is far from defeated, and of course the action picks back up. We as the audience wait to see if anyone can survive her wrath as she attempts to take our world and make it into her own. So, what to say about this one? Well, let's get it out of the way, because I say it about every Tom Cruise movie I review. No matter what circulates about Cruise's real-life hijinks, all of his movies somehow manage to suck me in and keep me incredibly entertained. That being said, this one was a little less entertaining than I hoped for, but I think there's a reason for this. As I mentioned in my introduction, this is the film that is supposed to kick off Universal's Dark Universe extended world of monsters, with several more monster films slated for the next few years. Then all of the characters are going to start interacting Marvel Universe style. The director himself said that this movie needed to be a good standalone film and not worry about linking future films together. In that aspect, I think he failed. The movie attempts to stand alone, but there is just way too much setup for the future movies. Although once the new movies start being made, then I think we'll look back on this one a little more favorably. I think part of the problem with US audiences are we still have some nostalgia for the Brendan Fraser versions of the Mummy films, so at least you'll be happy to know that there is one definite nod in this movie to that previous franchise. I'll tell you what, the movie is a lot creepier than I thought it would be, which definitely earned it some points in my book. It is a 2-hour escape from reality that, like I said, in a couple of years, when the others start emerging, you'll be glad that you saw this one. This has been your Monday Movie Musing. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Matt. One to put on the list. Well, a sunny start to the work week, but how much longer will it hang around? Have the answer coming up after the break.